All right, welcome everyone to today's live stream. In today's video or today's live stream, I want to be talking about something very, very important, and that is developing a trading system. So I want to show you the basics of starting to develop a trading system because I'm pretty sure that most of you watching this don't really have a trading system to begin with, but you're actually trading, which means you're not really trading, you're more gambling, right? So I want to talk about the difference of, trading without a system and trading with a system, and why you need to develop a trading system before you actually start trading the financial markets. All right, let's run the intro, and right afterwards we're going to look at developing a trading system. All right, guys. If you're new to, if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe to the subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification button if you want to get notified whenever I go live to talk about these super massively important stuff. Right. So first of all, I kind of want to have an intro here on the importance of creating a trading system, and I think it's a good way of doing it would be to talk about my own journey. Right. What's up, everyone? I see you all in the chat. Safari Style, Hangry Patrick, I know that guy, and Rien 1217. That's a student of mine. Welcome, guys. Welcome. If you have any questions on anything I will show you today, just let me know, right? And I don't really have a script for today's live. I like to do it, I like to do these lives without a script because it, gets more real in a sense, and I can, answer your questions and help you out. Anyway, so when I started trading, then I got into crypto first, and I started trading crypto. Developed a system that also worked quite well for forex markets. I also went over to forex market, but when I started trading crypto, I basically just went on an exchange and I looked at which coins and I started buying those, right, without a clear plan on what to do. And this was in the beginning of 17, so I got to experience that insane bull run of 2017, and everything was quite easy. You basically just bought anything on Bittrex and made a shit ton of money. That was basically my system. I went on the Bittrex, I looked at a list of coins. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing, right? I looked at a list of coins, and I thought, well, this coin has increased 250% in, I don't know, 30 minutes. So I'll buy that one. And I did. And it went out 500% more. I'm like, that's a good system, I guess. But, conditions like that very rarely come along, if ever, again, So the top in 17 came along, and that system and that strategy didn't really work very very well, and I gave back all my unrealized potential. I mean, not potential. I still had that potential, but the profits, right? So I gave back all the unrealized profits and all the realized profits as well, right? And that's when I figured out that this trading game isn't really that easy. Maybe it's actually true that 95 or as high as 98% of everyone who tries to become a day trader fails. Maybe it's actually true, which it is, right? So I started getting into the idea of learning TA, right? Because I got really obsessed with the idea of having a very specific trading system and a very specific trading plan, and I wanted to focus on just one thing and one thing only, right? And it took me perhaps about a year of learning TA and putting stuff together. So it took me about 1 year to actually understand the technical analysis, and then about 1 year more to actually take that knowledge and create a system. So I'm thinking, if I'll show you some of the stuff I did when developing a system, hopefully you guys don't want to have to wait 2 or 3 years and make all the same mistakes that I did. Of course, you're going to be making mistakes, you're going to be losing a lot of money, but let's try to keep that at a minimum, right? with the knowledge I'm going to give you guys today. So take a pen and paper, take some notes. You probably don't have a pen and paper, probably won't do it digitally. Like that matters. Anyway, what you need to do to develop a trading system is first of all, there's three things you need to first figure out. Let's assume that you have a basic knowledge of technical analysis, right? And what I mean by basic knowledge is you know what a candlestick is, you know what a chart, a price chart is, you know what you're looking at, right? You know what the green and red candles mean, you know what what market structure is, you know the difference between a trending market and the ranging market, and you know what a trend line is and how to use it, and you know what horizontal levels are. That's the basics of technical analysis that you need to understand at a fundamental level before you create a system. Now, if you do not know how to identify a trend versus a range, if you don't know what higher highs and higher lows means, if you don't really know how to buy and sell on an exchange, you go to YouTube and you basically literally just ask the question you want to know. What is horizontal support and resistance, how to draw that, etc. And you will get tons of videos explaining this to you completely free. Do that, figure that out, and then you will start working on an idea of a system. And for that idea, let's assume you have the basic knowledge of T8. Now you need three things you need to figure out, and that is first, right? And let's also, of course, assume that you understand the basics of risk management. But the very simple rule here when it comes to risk management is just risk 1% per trade. That's it. Just risk 1% of your trading capital on every trade you take. If you do that, honestly, the risk management part will kind of figure itself out. All right. It's not really that complicated. Just risk 1% per trade, and you're good, right? So the first thing you need to figure out is to come up with an idea of an entry trigger, right? The second very important idea is to come up with an idea of where to put your stop loss. And then the third thing is a take profit strategy, or where should you take that take profit. And luckily for you guys, I'm currently developing a new trading system for myself. So let's talk about that. I have a backtesting template up. I'm going to show you that shortly. I will give you the basic plans of this system, and I'll show you how I backtest that and how I try this system out, right? So the idea of the system I'm testing is, I always, when I develop a system, so first let me tell you why I'm developing this system. So I have a trading system which I've developed on my own for a couple of years. Well, I've been trading it for a couple of years. I think I developed it it took 1 year to get to the basic concept and 1 year extra to kind of perfect it, right? But it's a swing trading system, right? So in favorable conditions, it will give me about 5 trades a week, which is very good for me in a swing trading system. The profitability of risking 1% per trade would be somewhere between 2 and 10% a month, and which is quite good if you have a large account, right? Let's say you have a 100K or 200K USD account. If you're, let's say, funded, you're going to make a decent amount of money trading that way. And it's a very simple and easy way of trading the markets. However, in current market conditions, it's giving me like on average 1 trade a week. This week, none. Haven't taken a trade this week, but it's Tuesday, right? But it's about one trade a week, on average, which is a little bit too less, a little bit too little than what I would be comfortable with, right? So what I decided to do is I want to develop a new system based on the lower time frames, because I do really believe that one of the most important parts about after you become a consistently profitable trader, you want to learn to adapt to changing market conditions, right? And preferably you would want to have 2 systems running parallel, and they would be performing differently in different market conditions, right? So when my swing trading system gives me below average result, I want to have a system on the lower time frames that can help me develop, help me trade during the down times of the swing trading system. So I've decided to basically start working on a swing trading scalping system. People keep calling me on my phone, and so I'm like distracted. Could turn it off. Hopefully not daycare. I should probably take that if it's daycare. Anyway, never mind. All right. So one entry trigger. What is the entry trigger of this new system? Right, it's going to be based on the 1 hour and 50 minutes. So let's just do a quick overview of what the system is all about, right? So we are going to use the 15. Okay, entry time frame is 15 minutes. Trend time frame is 1 hour. And what do I mean with trend time frame? Well, what I mean by trend time frame is that the entry on the 15-minute is only going to be according to the 1 hour trend. And how do I determine that 1 hour trend? Well, I use the 1 hour, 20, and 50 EMA. I'm also going to be using the 1 hour, the 15-minute, 20, and 50 EMA. And I'm going to show you the chart here with the indicators as well. Basically, what I have is I have the 1 hour, 20, and 50, and the 15-minute, 20, and 50 EMA on the chart at all times. Entry trigger will be price. Okay, so entry trigger will be bullish engulfing. Well, just engulfing candle. Okay, so engulfing, because it's a short and long setup, right? Engulfing candle on 15-minute, 20 EMA with stochastics RSI confluence. And what I mean by confluence is, stochastic being low on the buy and high on the sell. I'm going to show the details, right? That's the entry trigger. Number 2 is stop loss placement. Stop loss placement is going to be below the swing of entry. And basically the swing of entry is like where you have a bounce and it kind of creates a rounded bottom and a bounce and a swing, and inside that swing, the last candle of that bounce, the last candle of that rounded swing is a bullish engulfing. That's my entry trigger. Stop loss is then below that swing. I'm going to show examples, obviously. And last but absolutely not least is TP strategy. So take profit strategy. TP strategy is going to be stop loss to entry at 1 hour and trailing stop with every new swing, right? That's the general idea, right? That's the general idea of the system. I'm going to backtest for you guys right now, right? So this is the general idea. Remember this. Take notes, take screenshot or whatever. This is the general idea of the system we're going to backtest right now, right? So here's CAD JPY. So what I've done here is I want to backtest this on the 15-minute on all of these. Well, not really all of these, but the Forex pairs is going to be like 20 ones, right? So 20. Let's say 15. So 15 pairs. I'm going to be backtesting this, and I'm going to be backtesting from the 1st of March, right? So from the 1st of March to the end of May, which is today. That's the backtesting. So I believe it's going to be like 20 trades per trade. So we're talking about perhaps 250 trades. But 250 trades, that's going to give me a good idea of which pairs are the best, and is this even a profitable strategy. And to use this, I'm using a backtesting template, and that backtesting template looks like this. This is the backtesting template, right? And what I do is I use the replay tool here on TradingView. So what I do is I first go to the data I want to replay test, and it's right here. I then put in the replay tool right here, and I start testing. I've already tried 2 trades right here, as you can see. And looking at the backtesting template, the only thing I do here is, you see I have different tabs here for all the different pairs. I've already done 25 pairs on Euro AUD. I've done 32 trades on CAD CHF, and I'm now doing CAD JPY. And I just put in all the results in R, which is the risk to reward ratio, or the risk ratio in here, and I get the results of total trades and the win rate and the cumulative R. I want the win rate to be above 50, and cumulative R is going to be, I want the cumulative R to be impressively high, like very high, like on Euro AUD right here. Win rate is 64%, cumulative R is 64, like insanely high. But that's because I actually have one 20R trade, one 10R trade, and one 13R trade, and then rest of the trades are like pretty small winners, right? And I'm going to show you that's the key to this trading system, and that's the general idea. I want to take lots of break-even trades, lots of small winners, few losers, and a couple of few insanely high winners, which I'm hoping to catch perhaps once a month or once every other month or something like that. So let's run this through, and let's show you guys how I do this. Remember, this is the general idea. Engulfing candle on the 15-minute 20 EMA with stochastics RSI confluence. Stop loss placement below the swing up entry, and then stop loss move to entry at 1R, and then trailing stop with every new swing. And we're gonna try this out. Let's see if it's profitable on CAD JPY. So what I do here is I have the replay function, and if you press shift plus the down arrow, it will run automatically like this, and I have it on the full speed. And now this, obviously I've been trading this way for many years, so I know exactly what to look for. So I might be able to do this a little bit quicker. If you need more time processing price action, you can hold shift and press the right arrow, and it will automatically run like this. With every new press, it will print one more candle, and it'll just go on like this. But I choose to do it a little bit faster, because I do think that with years of experience, I'm able to see the entries come along quicker. So let's zoom in to get a better view. Now the idea here is I want a clear trend, right? So what you see here is the blue line is the 20 EMA. The solid lines are the 15-minute EMAs, and the dotted lines are the 1 hour EMA. So you see that the solid ones are the 15, the dotted ones are the 1 hour, the blue is the 20, the gray is the 50, and then same with the 1 hour. Now you want clear trends, and what is a clear trend? This is a clear trend when the 1 hour 20 is above the 50, and the 15-minute EMAs are the same. So this is a clear trend right here. And we'll see if we can find something like that, right? And of course, this is just the first stage of backtesting. When I know that this works, that's when I can start adding more layers to this system. And the idea is then to compare these results with the next layer to see if adding another indicator or adding another idea, changing take profit strategy or stop loss placement, if that's going to increase the overall profitability of this system. If it does, I'll continue with that added indicator, and then I'll add another one to see if it works until I get to a point where I have good statistics on a decent number of different markets, right? So let's go on here. See if we can find something interesting. All right, so what you see now is you starts to find a decent trend here, and the entry only needs to be on the 20 EMA. I want it to only be on a 20 EMA. And there's definitely some discretion involved here. I will choose my entries based on what I believe looks good from my years of experience in the market and trading a similar system on the higher time frames. I will choose the entry that I believe looks good as well. So it's not only about following specific rules and specific systems. It's also about letting that intuitive feeling and that gut feeling kind of guide you in the right direction as well. Because I know that from looking at charts like this for years and years and years, I hopefully have developed a skill based on, like, see, my brain probably intuitively knows what's a good setup and a bad setup without me actually being able to put words on exactly why, right? So I try to kind of be open to those possibilities as well. I know it might sound weird, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so nothing here. Right, so what I want to see now is like I want to see a proper breakdown here, and then because now we're just ranging, it's nothing, right? So here's the breakdown. I like this. Stochastics coming up. Let's see if we can find. Yeah, I would probably I would have taken this entry, right? So we put in the short here. So it's a bearish engulfing candle. I would take that entry as soon as price hits 1R. Stop loss will be moved to entry. So this one is a loser. So it's a minus 1R. So let's just continue. This is not optimal, but I have to kind of be, I have to be honest with myself, like think, if price were just trading here, would I have taken this trade? And the answer is, yeah, I would probably have taken this. I would probably have taken that trade as well, but that would be a loser anyway, so it doesn't matter. So stop out. Let's see if we can find anything interesting going on here. So as you can see, when scalping like this, there's a lot of waiting around to see what happens here. Now that's an interesting candle. That's a very interesting candle, and I like the other one here. So you know what? I'll take this trade right here. I'm gonna put stop loss probably down here, and we'll wait for 1R to be hit right here, which is that's gonna be 1R. So it would have hit 1R right there, and this would then have been a break-even trade, right? So you're gonna see that there's gonna be a lot of losers, a lot of small winners, but eventually that big winner is gonna come along, and that big winner is what will pay for everything. Now, what's important to note here as well is the drawdown period, right? If it's gonna be like a loser, like 15 losers, that's not going to work, right? Because if you risk 1%, you're down 15%, and then you have to adjust the risk management to only risk like maybe 0.25% in your trade. But then again, like it's so my limit is somewhere around 4 or 5 losers in a row, and if I get it too often, I know I have to do something differently, right? So that's a break even trade because it hit TP1, and at TP1 I would then move stops to entry, but then of course it probably continues. Now we have another one right here. No, not really, so we'll continue. Now we're looking for a breakout. That's the breakout right here. We like that. Let's see if we can get a move higher, and another this one I like, right? It kind of hit that the 20 right here, and also the 50, and it closed above the 20. This one I like. So stop loss above that entry point right there. And then also I go to the left and I see there's a wick here. Let's use that wick as a stop loss to give it some extra room. And then TP1 has been hit right here. Stop loss would now be at entry. If price comes back down to entry, this will be another break even. So there we go, another break even trade. Patience is the name of the game, right? It's gonna be extremely frustrating trading this system live. Extremely frustrating. And then we probably have another entry right here as well. So I would probably have taken that trade as well, and this would have been stopped out. So that's another loser. And you're watching this and you might say like, what the hell? He's just losing all the time. This is a bad system. And yeah, it probably is, but you need to test it to know if it works or not. But the interesting thing here is Euro AUD, if you remove the break-even trades, this gave me actually a 80% win rate, over 25 trades over 3 months. And I mean, with this statistic continuing like this, you would have doubled your account. Like it's insane, right? So if I find a couple of charts with, couple of assets or pairs with this statistics, I would just only trade those, right? But then what I would want to do is I would want more price data, because it might just happen that Euro AUD was in a condition where this worked great, right? But then 2 months later, it might enter a condition where the system will just be insanely bad. So I would want to add like 6 months extra of backtesting data. Now, the idea here is, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of work to do this, right? So if you guys are, if you guys are serious about trading, you need to put the hours in. You need to put in the work, right? No one's going to help you, well, of course, we're a trading community, education community, of course we're going to help you, but in reality, like, no one's going to give you setups. No one's going to, like, you can't follow other people, right? Because it just doesn't work long term. You have to develop your own stuff. You have to develop your own system, and you have to be like totally independent and following your own ideas that you have developed, and you know the ins and outs of that system, right? You need to do this. Even if you buy a trading system or you buy a trading course, you need to understand that you have to modify that system to your own liking. You have to modify that to your own personality and your own trading style. Otherwise, it's not going to be easy to trade, right? So it requires a lot of work. I would say you need probably 1 year of like hardcore testing to develop a system, even if you buy one your own. So it's all about having realistic expectations. Don't come into this game thinking it's going to be easy, because like nothing worth doing is easy. And trading, it's very hard, but it's very much worth doing. Imagine, I trade for a living, so all I need is a laptop. I can live wherever I want in the world. Obviously, not now with family and kids and all that, but I can basically just if disappear with a laptop and make the same amount of money wherever I am in the world. You could go live somewhere cheap and make the same amount of money. So it's like the possibilities are endless with trading. There's no roof to how much money you can actually make. It's all about how much money you have in your trading capital. And so with that motivation and that mindset, this is where you start, right? It's not gonna, you're not gonna start with the shit you see on Instagram. It's not real. It's not real. This is what trading is all about, right? It's gonna take lots of hard work. Anyway, let's continue. So what I would like to see here is to show you guys like a real runner, right? Like a real runner. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. That's the next entry. Because look at this now. We're down 1.6 R. We're taking 6 trades, 16% win rate. Is catastrophic, right? If you continue like this, well, it's no use following this system, right? But let's see if we might actually have some possibilities right here for a nice trade. All right, so trade as an entry again. Come on. So now I would probably, I don't want to, but I would probably put in my stop loss here, right? Because when you do have that one and then the push higher, that would be where I have the stop loss. And now we're talking. Now we're talking. This is what we're looking for, right? Stop loss is now down here. Now we're going to wait for that next swing, right? We're waiting for that next swing. Where's the next swing? Come on. There we go. There we go. Stop loss here. Boom. Another one. Come on. Break out, break out, break out. I probably need to move my stop loss here. Now I want to see breakout. Come on, breakout, breakout, breakout. Oh, nice, nice. So now we have our stop loss here. Oh, come on. All right, so we're stopped out now, but this is now a 9.65 fucking R trade. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be swearing, but this is it, right? This is it. 9.65. 9.65. Now we're at 28% win rate. 8R. 8R in 7 trades, right? The average R is 1.15. But the whole idea of developing this system is to like be patient, be patient, be patient. Just wait for it, wait for it. Then it explodes, right? It explodes, absolutely explodes, and you'll have that 10R, 15R, 20R trades, and you're like, you're good. So let's continue. Let's continue. This is the general idea, right? You can see how I moved my stop loss. And guys, like, please do this. Like I really want you guys to experience. This is a good lesson. Trading a system like this is like, if you're able to trade a system like this, disciplined, oh man, you're gonna be making so much money. Like, you're gonna be so profitable, so profitable. But it's gonna be so frustrating, so extremely frustrating, because you're gonna have so much losers, so many losers, so many break-even trades. But you're gonna be feeling ecstatic, euphoric when that big winner comes along, right? And if you're able to stay in the trade when it comes along, if you're actually able to stay in the trade and follow the rules of the system, you're going to become such a disciplined trader. Not only a disciplined trader, but I promise you, you're going to become a disciplined person, because this is the hardest thing to do in trading, right? You need to be insanely impatient with your losers and very, very patient with your winners. Most of you watching this are probably the other way around. You're impatient with your winners because you say like, I don't want to give back profits to the market. I don't want to give back profits. Let's just exit now when I'm in profit. But then you have a loss and you're like, well, just wait a little bit. Let's move that stop loss down. Maybe it's going to bounce. Maybe, other way around. You see that idea not working out, you're out. You're going to be out next second. As soon as you start thinking in terms of this is not working out, you exit, right? And when you have a good entry and you see that trade start to run, you got to think, well, we're in the trend. What's the possibility of that of this trend continuing higher? Well, it's quite high, right? Quite high. So ride that wave, and this is the results. Right? So you can see here that I moved my stop here, and then I moved it below that one, and then I moved it here, and then I moved it below that one, and I got stopped out, right? It's almost a 10-hour trade, right? This is what trading is all about, letting the winners run. And also, if you fail to enter on this one, right? If you fail to enter on this one, because I would have, because it's 7:15, I'm probably in the process of making dinner or having dinner around this time. So I'm not going to be at my desk, right? So I won't be taking this entry. And that is the next time. That's the next phase of the backtesting. When I have something that looks interesting on a 24/7 basis, right? If I don't ignore what time, I'm then gonna focus in on only checking the times when I'm awake. When I'm awake, or when I actually am at my desk, when I'm in the office, right? Because I don't want to be trading a system that's only profitable when I'm sleeping, because I'm not going to be trading it, right? So that's the next phase, right? Let's do some questions here. Let's do some questions. Let's take a quick break and look at Bitcoin, right? Let's look at Bitcoin. So what's happening on Bitcoin right now is we're above that 31.5K area. I have this level on my chart right here, and it's pretty obvious resistance right here. I'm not going to look at this and say we're going to go higher. It's because we're above this blue box, because it's an area. It's an area. And in my opinion, it's quite clear that we're hitting a resistance right here. I would like to say that this is range highs. I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter saying like, we broke range high, no, we didn't, like, no, still at resistance, and it's way too early. Right, guys, you have a high time frame structure, a high time frame trend, a high time frame structure. You can't trade that structure based on low time frame confirmation. You need high time frame confirmation, because otherwise you're just buying high time frame resistance, right? You're looking at the daily, right? And it's quite clearly, it's above, it's some type of breakout, but then again, it's quite clearly at resistance. So what I would like to see is like low time frame confirmation plus high time frame confirmation. So if this daily candle closes above here, we if it closes up here, it opened here, closes up here, nice bullish candle on the daily, and then you combine that with maybe something that looks like this, right? So daily candle closes up here, it's too high, but something like this, daily candle closes up here, and you'll have like a rounded retest on, yeah, confirmed, buy Bitcoin, right? But then again, we'll look at the daily moving average as well. Yeah, it's above the daily 20 you made. That's a good, definitely good first step into the bullish area. But then we have the daily 15 MA here, which would most likely act as resistance. Maybe take some profits there, or just look for a heavy rejection before you start buying more. I'm not buying back on here. I'm waiting. Because I want to be disciplined. I want to be patient, because I know that discipline and patience in trading will always pay itself. It will always be favorable. So the more I wait, the more I relax, the more the more relaxed I am, and the more calm I am in my approach to the markets, the more profitable I will be. Because, surprise, it's not the trading system that will make you profitable. It's your mentality that will make you profitable. It's not about having, consistency. It's a state of mind, right? It's the way you think. It's the way you think, right? Read Trading in the Zone. Just read it. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Read it. The difference between a great trader and a good trader is they think differently. It's a mindset, right? They have a trader's mindset, a mindset based on probabilities. All right, back to this one. No questions. We were going to be looking at questions. All right, what would be the most profitable scalping strategy? 1 to 15 minutes thinking on this, because have no time for a longer swing trade. All right, so I get this asked, and I get asked this a lot, right? A lot, but the fact that you're asking this question in the way that you're asking the question tells me that you're not really, you haven't really understood the idea of trading a technical system, right? It's not about the strategy. It's about you. So instead of asking like, what's the most profitable trading strategy, ask, who's the most profitable trader and what makes him more profitable? And we would then have to look at his daily routines and how he thinks, and how he approaches the market, and what he does after entering a trade. It's not about the system. You'll go on Twitter and you'll see that everyone has different systems. Everyone trades in a different way. Why? Because we all have different personalities, and this is a creative endeavor. The journey of creating a trading system and trading is a it's a creative adventure, right? Where you kind of open yourself up to the market, and when you create a system, it's like an artwork, right? A setup needs to look good, and the chart needs to be clean. It's almost like you drawing a painting, right? And instead of selling that painting, it's making you money. It's a weird way of seeing it, but so it's not about the system, right? You need to work on mindset, and you need to start developing your own system, right? But I would say that the most profitable trading system on the lower time frames is a trading system that would fit your personality and your style of trading, right? It's something you understand. So ask yourself, what am I good at? What are my strengths and weaknesses in trading? And what's my strength and weaknesses as a person? Am I disciplined? Am I calm? Am I patient? Well, good. Then scalping might be something for you. Are you a slow or fast thinker? If you're a slow thinker, and I'm talking about that book, Thinking Fast and Slow, right? So if you're a slow thinker, I would say swing trading is for you, right? If you're a fast thinker and you're used to taking quick decisions, you like when everything goes fast, like you like the action of trading on the low time frames, then scalping is for you. But if you easily get stressed faced with a decision that needs to be taken within 10 seconds, and you're not really sure what to do, and you might freeze, you're not even supposed to be scalping, right? So you need to ask yourself, who am I, and what's my strength and weaknesses, and you need to leverage that into your trading system and your trading style. I know that I'm a terrible scalper because I'm slow, man. I'm slow. I'm a terrible scalper, but I'm developing a system here on the 15-minute and 1 hour, which is like my limit. That's my limit. I'm okay with trading the 15-minute, and yeah. So hopefully that answered your question. Right, I have 200 USD trading account which I have blown off. After that 100 USD, now I am down 70%. So I think 100 USD is enough for me. For me, it takes to lose all money in 2 to 3 months. Well, that sounds pretty fucked, man. Sounds pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Not sure what I'm reading here. Probably better off taking that $200 and buying a trading course. Honestly, a trading book. You know, I mean, guys, like don't invest money in the markets if you don't know what you're doing. Like, don't start trading if you don't have a system. Like it's you know, it's simple. You're gonna lose everything. You're gonna lose everything. Like you can't just be investing just because of the fact that you want to invest. Like you need to have plans. It doesn't matter if you're trading on the monthly or the weekly. You still need to have plans, right? So like, don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money, guys. You're gambling. You gotta take it seriously. You know, approach it in the right way. You know, I invested. I mean, I've been there as well. I remember I invested like 5K. Oh man, like oh shit, like in 2018, I invested like 5K in this Japanese chat bot on Telegram, which was supposed to be like the future of finance or whatever. Like this is the most shittiest shit I've ever seen in my life. I think it went like 2 days later. Like it was a massive of course, because that was all the hype back then. I think it went down like 98% the day after. I'm like, what? How? Like how? And the simple. I was just gambling, right? Just throwing money around, and I lost everything, right? Don't do that. Right. If you, all right, if you don't have money, right? And I'm being serious now. If you don't have money to trade with, there's only two ways you can make money trading, right? Both of those two ways involves creating a strategy, creating plans, and that sort of stuff, right? But there's two ways you can do this, right? In crypto, take that $200 or whatever, split it up in parts of 10. But then it's like the amount is quite small, so hopefully the fees on Ethereum, if you're using that, won't eat it all up. But split it up in like 5 or 10 positions, put it in small, low cap products that you believe in. So you need to do a lot of research, put them in there and leave it there for, 1, 2, 3 years. So hopefully in the next bull market, you'll make maybe, 10 times the money on one, or maybe 100 times money on one. And there you go. You have capital, but that's insanely small percentage that going to work. The other way is develop a system, develop a trading system, and then get funded. Find investors that are going to invest in you because you can prove to them that you can make money, right? So if you can make like 5 to 10% a month, you're going to be able to find investors. That's online prop firm that will literally give you hundreds of thousands of dollars to trade if you can show to them that you have a profitable trading system. So create a system, right? Because you're not going to be able to make money in trading without money, right? I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you have $200, like you're going to read on Twitter, like anything is possible. I started with $10 and now I'm a billionaire. Like that shit doesn't work. That's not the reality. It's not the reality, right? Don't get sucked into that fake influencer bullshit, right? It doesn't work. It's wasting your money, right? You're just wasting your money. Create a trading system and take this seriously, because otherwise, people that will take this seriously will take your money and add it to their account, right? When you get stuff like it's all right. Don't fall for all that, fake hype about, you see on Twitter, see all these influencers saying like, good morning, all billionaires. Like, oh, fuck that. Like, it's, you know, like they're billionaires themselves, Anyway, so what if you missed to move the stop loss in time and you noticed later on that it would have hit, but the price went up again? Do you say stop loss would hit and sell right away, or let it go? I'm not sure what you mean if this is on backtesting, but you follow. You use the replay function in trading view and follow price, and if your stop loss get hit, your stop loss gets hit, right? You can't play around with that. If your stop loss is hit, your stop loss is hit. You move on and you mark that as a stop. Why not use bots while you sleep if you need to stick to trading to the system religiously? If you can create a system based on this and it will be able to trade for me while I'm sleeping, I'll pay you. I don't know. I'll pay you a lot of money. So if yeah, so the answer to that is, it's so hard. It's so insanely hard to create an algorithm that will just trade for you. And it's like when you find that, it's the $1 million idea, right? So people that have that and found that, they're gonna keep it from them for themselves, right? And the truth when it comes to algo trading, a good bot trading, or a good algo trader will know when to shut down the system, because there's going to be conditions where it's not favorable. You can't just have it run 24/7, right? It's very, very rarely works, right? But yeah, I'm that's obviously something for the future, because I do actually have an indicator which gives me buy and sell signals based on something similar. Now it's this one, which is pretty cool. You'll see here. I know you guys are gonna go crazy now, but like it's not available to the public yet, perhaps. But you see here, like it's long, 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 all profitable except this one. So yeah, I'm actually working on something. But for now, I want to do it manually. How long did it take you to build enough capital to go full-time trader? Oh man, it took a while. It really did take a while. Probably like, I also did get lucky on some crypto investments. I remember having like some products in a wallet I forgot about, and then it was like 10K in there multiple times. That shit happened. Like you have products from 17 that just all of a sudden exploded. And but I remember started trading seriously when I had like so my trading style has developed over the years with more money. With more money, I've managed to be able to trade more on the higher time frames and do more swing trading, right? But in the early days, when I had like probably like 50K, I scalped my way up to 10K. Not 50K. I can't do the conversion. I think it's no. So yeah, so from 50K to 100K, and at 100K, I had other incomes as well. But I do believe I kind of quit my job at around 50K. Took a big risk because 50K is not that huge amount of money. But I would say that you need about 100K before you go full time. Definitely, definitely 100K to trade with before you go full time. Depending on the system, of course, you could do it with 50K. But I would say, I would say, yeah, 50K, 100K. By the way, guys, if you like what I'm doing here, if you want more tips and tricks on trading, follow me on Twitter. I'm at LiBZ42. If you want to see more stuff like this one, I do post a lot on Twitter about about backtesting processes and system development and all that fun stuff. Let's see if we have any more questions. My name is Jonathan or Jonathan in Swedish, but you can call it LiBZ42 because it's so much simpler, right? All right, so let's continue. Let's see if we can find another. And you know what? Like during this back testing, you see, where $9.7 winner. We only really need one or two of these during these 3 months of testing, right? We're only 14. We're only 2 weeks into testing, and we're already up. That would be 8%, right? Well, why don't you like holding trades overnight? I think that's one of the like it's because I love holding my trades overnight as a swing trader. I just like the idea of entering and just being in that trade and letting it run. Like I don't know, like I feel good about just letting that trade run and being in that position. So you could ask yourself that, like, why do you not like, dude, like if you can create a system and it's profitable, you have proof that it's profitable, and I'm always open for suggestions, right? If you can create a system that's profitable and you'll be able to make money using that, I'm in. If you create something like that and you have proof that it's working, I'm always open to funding people that can prove to me that they know what they're doing, right? And the important thing with creating something like that, the drawdown has to be minimal. Like I'm talking about, I want the drawdown to be more than 10%, which is very, very hard. So create a system that over the course of perhaps 1 year doesn't have a drawdown of more than 10%. If you can create that, congratulations. You're gonna make millions probably. All right, so let's continue here. Right, so we're gonna see a breakout either to the downside or to the upside. That's to the downside, but we're waiting for the moving averages, and then we come up again. And yeah, this is the reality of scalping. It's a waiting game. All right, so now we have a breakout here. Let's see if we can hit the 20 EMA. That's a 20 EMA. All right, I like this, right? Because it kind of has a rounded bottom right here. So like that, that's definitely a swing point. Now also notice how I'm not incorporating news into this. I'm not incorporate the higher time frames, support and resistance areas. I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible in the beginning. That's TP1. It's TP1 right there. So let's see if we can move our stop loss up. We need another push to the upside and then breakout to the upside. Yeah, I'm just gonna move my stops to this one right here because it's probably gonna break down. Come on, breakout. Right, that's the breakout. Another swing. All right, so now we have our stop loss here. See, it looks promising. Looks very promising. Now we're gonna move stops to here. Right, this is awesome. Another push, perhaps. I think I'm just gonna move it here now. It's already at 4.65, definitely acceptable. So now that we have a good R on this one, we're gonna wait for another push higher. Oh wow, look at that. We're gonna move stops here. Look how I'm very conservative with moving my stops. Oh my god, look at this. Because I do know that the swings could be quite aggressive on the 15-minute. So I really need to let the trade, like give the trade room to become a big winner. Because obviously, that's what we need to be doing. I think, actually, I think when I see this, I would probably have I would probably have moved my stop loss here because it's now a, I mean, come on, it's now over 10R. So I would be stopped out here. We now have a 10. And when I add this to the backtesting template, I'm gonna put in 10 instead, because like there's fees and stuff like that, and I'm gonna be realistic, so it's gonna be a little bit. But look at this, guys. I mean, it's insane, right? Holy shit, you know, crazy. 18R, 8 trades. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. So yeah, let's just continue. We're gonna do this a couple of more times, and then I'm gonna be looking at a couple of possible setups using this similar system, but on, you know, swing trading. Oh, look at this! It continues, right? It just continues. So imagine if I just waited for this one, but that's okay, you know. That's okay. I mean, I'm definitely okay with a 10-hour trade. So we're gonna wait for another breakout or breakdown. We're just gonna wait for that trend to start, right? Breakout. Now hit the 20. Did it hit the 20? It did hit the 20. Not really. But that's a good one, right? No, stochastics is not really in agreement here, but fuck me, look at this. Like, imagine us being in this trade. Just imagine if we were still in this one. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. All right, so we're waiting for a new trend. Waiting for a new trend. Do we have a new trend? Double bottom, W right there. Looks good. Hit the 20, hit the 20 right there. Bullish engulfing stochastics. Everything's looking good here. And you know, it feels so good being plus 18R. It feels so good being plus 18R because I don't really care about losing anymore. I don't really care about losing anymore. I know I can lose like 18 times and not lose money. You know, it's obviously it's not. I wouldn't want to, you know, give that back. But still, you know, you're up so much now. You had 2 10R winners. You don't really care anymore. You don't really care anymore, which is such a good feeling because now there's no fear. There's no fear. Look at that. Stop loss to entry. And we have another runner. You know what? You see something like this, you're like, oh, god damn it, because, you know, the top up here is like 7.8. It's just crazy, you know. So next, I'm going to stop right here, right? But I'm going to be showing like what would be the next stage of backtesting. So I will make some notes here, right? And by the way, I'm working on an updated form here for this spreadsheet, and when it's done, I'm going to share it with all of you, right? But I'm working on upgrading this to make it look a little bit better and add a little bit more stuff where you can compare different strategies and stuff. But so next phase, all right, next phase would be so I had one idea because I looked at this and I said, you know, maybe I should like maybe this is a good question. The last 10-hour trade on the 15-minute is over a couple of days. How do you do that overnight? I mean, you are adjusting the stops each couple of hours. So because I'm trading full time, from when I wake up till I go to bed, I'm able to manage the trade as long as I'm in the trade. You know, I enter the trade on my desktop. I calculate the positions and everything on my desktop, but I also have the trading app on my phone, right? So I can very easily move my stop loss up on the mobile app. And so imagine, you know, I'm at my desk from, you know, 9 to 1 or 9 to 3 or whatever. And then I might be playing with my son or being out or doing whatever, but I have alerts on TradingView, right? So I have alerts on TradingView. So let's go back to that 10-hour trade right here. So let's say I have alerts, right? So the first alert after entering would be at 1R, and that alert would tell me put stop loss to entry. And then the next alert, oh, didn't mean to hit you. All right, so the next alert would be above the highs, right? So when there's a breakout, there's a new alert. I check TradingView on my phone. I'll see, all right, that there's a breakout. I know now that I need to be monitoring for a swing low, right? So I might put an alert on price hitting the 20 EMA. So when price hits the 20 EMA again, I'll get an alert, and it might have alerted me here. And but then, like, you look at this, and this is also quite problematic, because you look at this and you might have moved stop loss here, right? You might move a stop loss here, and you might have gone and stopped that, and this would be like a 1 hour trade instead. So you need to be very honest with yourself. You need to be very, very honest with yourself. And honestly, the problem here is, this is back testing, right? I'm back testing this in the first phase of back testing, and just like I said before, the next phase of back testing would be only back testing this during the hours when I'm actually awake and able to manage this, right? And if I go to bed, I will then have to put in a stop loss, and then when I wake up, if I'm stopped out, that's that, right? But if it continues to run when I wake up, I move that stop loss, right? So the key is to secure the position, move a stop loss when you go to bed, and if it continues to run when you wake up, that's all good. You move that stop loss, right? But it's very, very important to be honest with yourself when back testing, and you look at this, and there's definitely a possibility that if I'm looking at this live, I might have moved the stop loss here. But usually what I want to see before I move that stop loss is a proper breakout, like a swing low, and then like a bigger move to the upside to move my stop loss. Like here, right? You have just ranging here, and then it breaks out. So that's where you move stop loss, right? And then you have a big bullish candle. That's when you move stop loss, right? Well, the trade, like, it depends, right? You gotta do limit orders, right? So you don't want, like, it depends on where you're trading as well. Like, I know FTX, for example, has pretty high fees on market orders, so you don't want to do like market. You don't want to do market orders. You want to do limit, limit buys and stuff like that. My mom is calling me. Not the best time. Not the best time. Oh, God damn it. All right. So with winners, like, with 2R winners, if you I mean, with 2 10R winners, obviously that will pay for all the fees and commissions and all that stuff, right? But yeah, and like, it's still like 8 trades, right? It's just like 8 trades in a month, or 8, perhaps 10 trades in a month or something like that. So it's not going to be like when you're trading the 1 minute, right? When you're trading like the 1 minute and you're taking like 10 trades a day, and the profit is like, you're only looking for like 1R or 2R profits, that's going to be problematic with the fees. But now when you're trading on the 15 minute and you're only taking like perhaps 10 trades a month or something like that, it's the fees won't really, because it's just going to be 8 trades a month or 10 trades a month. It's going to be 10 trades where you pay fees and commissions and that kind of stuff, and then you have 2 trades which pays for all the losers and all the commissions and all that stuff, right? Oh no, man, gotta call her up. She might be watching this. Sometimes she's watching the lives, and she's probably calling me now to tell me, you've done an hour already and you're just talking a lot. You should probably end the live stream. Maybe she's in the chat. More questions, but yeah, it's this is an important one, right? And when I developed the swing trading system that I'm developing right now, I've in back testing, I had like consistently 70% win rate, like in back testing, 70% win rate. I was really, really happy with that. But then when I started forward testing and live trading, I'm closer to 50%, right? Some months like 40%, right? So you have to kind of like, I would say, like, realistically, you could even cut off as much as 50% of the profitability of the backtesting. So if backtesting gives you, 80% win rate, maybe think in terms of closer to 40% or 50%, because in the backtesting phase, obviously using the replay function, it's very easy. There's no emotions involved. It's very easy. But then when you start trading live, it's very hard. And moving the stop loss up in a very patient way right here. I mean, I'm not even sure I would be able to catch this 10 R winner right here, because let's do it in a more realistic way, perhaps. Right. So let's see. Price now breaks out, right? And let's assume I'm trading this live and I'm watching this live right now. And I'm like, oh, nice, good winner. I see this, and what I'm thinking here, is if we do break out here, I'll move that stop up. There's no breakout. I could have actually moved my stop up here, right? So what if I move my stop up here? What if I do that? Well, I'm stopped out, right? I'm stopped out. So you have to take that into account as well. You need to be honest with yourself. But let's say I'm looking for that proper breakout every time. Now that's that's a breakout. Looks like the trend wants to continue. This is where we move stop loss. Now let's continue this way. We move stop here. No. Let's make this a little bit smaller. It'll be easier to move the stop loss. And now we want to wait for price to break this range to the upside. And that's the break, right? We're going to keep the stop loss here. Now we're going to wait for another breakout. That's another breakout. Now we're going to move stops here. And one way of doing it as well, when you have this clear trend and you see the 1 hour EMA right here, you could have just moved the stop loss with the 1 hour EMA. So that's also something you could try to figure out with the back testing. Like maybe next time around you add that variable that says have the stop loss move with the 100 EMA, right? So you see now we have a pretty good breakout here. So now we can move stops here. Let's keep it below the 100 EMA as well. So let's always try to keep it below the 100 EMA on every swing. Right, so now we want to move it here. And the 120 EMA is that blue dotted one right here. So on the next breakout, we want to move stops again, right? Perfect. So guess here, right? And it's another breakout. So I want to move it here, but still below the 120 EMA. And here's another one. So we're going to keep it below the 100 EMA here as well. And if we break out further, which we do, we're going to be moving it again below the 100 EMA. It breaks out again. So we'll move it here. Let's remove that one. And now this is actually the first time. No, it's not. So let's wait to see if we get a breakout here. Right, and this is so in this case, I would probably move my stops here because I kind of get the feeling that it's going to break down now. And if we do have another breakout, Right, so we'll move stops here now. And another one, so we're gonna move it here. All right, so it looks like this one is actually, let's move it below these two right here. Another one, I don't know, man. Like, is this gonna be even bigger than the one before? I think so, because now we're entering the next one. Wow, that's pretty insane. Have that push, so we're gonna move it here. And another, yeah, this is pretty crazy. But then again, I mean, I don't really care about the, all right, so look at this, guys. This is even bigger. Yeah, okay, that's 19. So that 10R trade, a 10R trade became a 19R trade when doing it slowly and actually moving the stop loss in a more realistic manner, which it kind of blows my mind. Now, there's obviously some potential here, right? There's obviously some potential here in trading this way, right? And it's something I'm going to keep on working on, keep working towards, creating a better organized framework for how to do this. And then the biggest challenge here is, I mean, the only way really of knowing how this would work real time is when I enter the forward testing phase, right? But I guess I will have to book this as a 19R winner, which it feels weird doing it because it feels like very, very unrealistic to have a 19R winner just like that. It's like never. I only had that like twice in my whole career. But you can clearly see here on this trend. I mean, it's just fantastic. It's just perfect, right? It's absolutely perfect. But I don't know, like, I should really have gotten stopped out here, right? I'm not sure really. Yeah, I should definitely have gotten stopped out here. So I'm not sure if it's realistic or not. Anyway, the backtesting is just to find something that could potentially work, something of interest that could potentially work. And then at a later stage, when we do the forward testing, that's when we really figure out if it's actually worth doing at all. Right, so that's that. Let's do a quick breakdown here, quick market scan of some of the interesting pairs I'm watching. This is one Euro GBP possible swing long here coming along. Oil, never had that retrace back to the breakdown area. Kind of missed this one, but never mind. I have alerts in, and then I'm just gonna wait. CAD JPY, I'm looking for retrace to go long lower. NCD CHF, possible short in the making here, but I want to see something like this, right? Enter here, stop loss here. So that's the plan. UK 100, CHFY. Looks like we're having some type of pullback on US indices. EGJPY. All right, so it looks like there's no immediate trade right now. So it looks like it's going to be quite quiet day today in the markets. I'm not really seeing any immediate trade anytime soon. It's a bit quiet. I did look at wheat, so let's look at that one. Now gotta wait. Need to wait for a weekly open. All right, guys, that's it. No trade for me this week. Actually, haven't taken a single trade this week, or have I? What day is it? Okay, yeah, maybe. All right, guys, I would like to thank you all for joining. Hopefully you enjoyed these more in-depth lives where I kind of go through my process of developing a system, and hopefully I can continue doing these episodes so you guys will actually learn how to develop your own system by watching me doing it. And like I said, if you want to, if you want more trading tips and tricks like the video today, give me a follow on Twitter, where I'm going to post lots of, most of the results from the back testing and some tips and tricks on what I do on a day-to-day basis. All right, guys, thanks for joining, and I would hopefully see you guys in the next one. All right, take care.